2024 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness Edition. This car is so cool, and I'm so excited to tell you about it because I haven't been in a little car so capable. It's really gonna knock your socks off. So first off, we have the front end here. This got all of this cladding to protect your car from the elements, and if you're going off-roading, it'll protect the paint underneath and really keep the car in good shape for even if you're just going in some deep snow and you're worried about the slush and the ice coming up and scratching your paint. This grille is a nod to the old generation of Subaru Crosstreks. It's kind of, think about it as that trapezoid, but it's been kind of enlarged, a little zoom in, if you will, to that, to the grille, which is really fun and a nice nod. I do also like the fog lights and the look of these headlights with the LEDs and the sharp headlights. And I'm sorry about my shadows. It's a strong light here in Zion, where I've been off-roading today, so I really did get some great behind the wheel time, and I'll tell you more about that later and even show you some video from that too. So if you are considering a Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness, what you want to note is that it's got a lot of cladding along the bottom to protect your paint and your doors. It's got this cool molded cladding for sure, and the cool Crosstrek name in the copper logo and badging, which is so distinctive and wonderful. 9.3 inches of ground clearance versus 8.7 of the regular Crosstrek. Most importantly, this starts at $31,995. So you're getting a lot of additional features. You're getting a specific suspension for the Crosstrek Wilderness. You're getting the bigger wheels and tires. And so it's something that you can't go out and build yourself if you just have a Crosstrek and start putting all that on there. The price is adjusted so that you can get everything you want to go do the things you want to do in the Crosstrek Wilderness without spending a lot of extra money or voiding your warranty. An important thing to note about the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness is that you can carry up to 700 pounds of weight on the roof. So whether you're into hiking, biking, canoeing, stand-up paddleboarding, camping, whatever, it will all go with you because you can put it on the top of the car. One of their most popular accessories, in fact, is their roof rack. So you can do that. You can also sleep on top of the car, given that you have the proper tent. So what a lot of fun this car is. Oh, and the other thing I want to mention is that there's a skid plate under here. It's an aluminum skid plate. So if you are off-roading and you do worry about bottoming out a little bit, your undercarriage is protected. So that's nice. The back of the Crosstrek Wilderness has the tonneau cover, and it's also got this cool badged floor mat that you can take out and rinse and put back in. It's got some cup holders in the side or whatever you want to put back there, as you can see, pretty slick. And we have 3 sets of top tether anchors. Now it should be noted too that when you fold the seats down, they fold completely flat. So you do have a really nice flexible space in that regard. But what I like too is on the back of the car, the Subaru badging along the bottom. Look at that, even with all this dirt and dust, it looks really slick. Even in white, this car looks really cool. I love that you can kind of get a better sense of the highlight of those copper colored details here, like your little tow hooks and whatnot. I do have to say that we did some off-roading, some pretty serious off-roading, hill climbing in very soft sand in the pink coral sand dunes here outside of Zion. And these cars were so capable. It was amazing. There's an X mode, which is for deep sand and deep snow. And actually what it does is it makes the car, actually, it sounds contrary, but it'll give you a little bit of wheel spin. Even though you're in this deep, tricky stuff, that little bit of wheel spin is actually just what you need to get the car going and get it to the top of a hill or get it out of a rut or whatever. It's very cool. I also just had to show you this color orange, and I know it's covered in dirt and whatever, but it's so pretty. I love it, and it matches the beautiful scenery around us, don't you think? You get a ton of colors. The only interior is black, but it's a vegan option leather, or not a vegan option, but it's only vegan leather. And it's super durable, super cleanable. The interior of the Crosstrek Wilderness has an 11.5-inch touchscreen. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And interestingly, it does not have an in-house navigation system. That's because they learned that most of the people who buy these cars definitely want to use what they're comfortable with, which winds up being Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We have 2 sets of latch connectors and actually a third lower anchor that I need to ask about. So here we are in the front seat of the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. You can see we have, again, the cool copper details that we see throughout the car. And we have some traditional gauges, but we do have the digital instrument cluster there in the center. And it's really cool. You can put this car into sport driving mode, and that's going to make it so that the engine has a little more punch when you accelerate, which is cool. We've also got adaptive cruise control, which is great. You know, you can use that on the highway. You can use it in stop and go traffic. I love it. It's one of my favorite technological features. Then we come over to the 11.5-inch touchscreen, and you have all kinds of Subaru apps. You know, you can, interestingly, so you can get radio stations, you can add your phone and do all that and have the Subaru play music from a playlist, or you can use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. The one caveat, interestingly, with the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness is that it does not have an in-house navigation system. It just uses your CarPlay or your Android Auto. So bear that in mind. If you do not use your phone for directions, you're going to want to try to figure out how to make that work. And this center console folds down, and there are cup holders here. The Crosstrek's doors open fairly wide, so it'd be a little bit easier to get a car seat in here. Also, they can be ordered with a special cladding on the inside of the doors for your pets. So if your dog or maybe cat, I don't know, but if your pet scratches at the door, it's super reinforced, it's super sturdy and durable material that prevents the scratch marks from showing on the side of the door, which is good. And it also has a protective cover for the window button, so they're not inadvertently rolling the window down and causing trouble or harming themselves. Thank you, Subaru, on behalf of pet owners with pets they like to drive around, keeping them safe. Look at that beautiful, dirty back window. We've been driving all around Zion today, both through the park and doing some off-roading, and I'm going to include some clips of that there. But the Crosstrek Wilderness does come with a black headliner, and they were talking about, Subaru's put some thought into this. They said that they did that so that you don't scratch up the headliner if you have a light colored one with like your bike handles or whatever gear you're sticking in the back. We also have a sunroof, and it's power. It's a power sunroof, so that's cool. So check this out. Not a bad place to try a new car.